Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. Welcome to another weekend product review. Today I received the BestArc MIG TIG arc welder, flux core, lift TIG. As you guys know from my episodes on Mowers and Blowers, I weld occasionally. I like welding. I'm not very good at it, but I do like it. I also have experience with flux core welding and also stick welding, which this can do both, plus lift TIG. I don't know what lift TIG is, nor do I even have the wire for lift TIG, but I will show you how to flux core MIG and also stick weld. Stick welding is my favorite because I find it fun. I'm gonna unbox this right now and we're gonna see what it's all about. It was packed very well for shipping. Installation was excellent. Takes you quite a bit of time to even unwrap all this stuff. So here it is right there. BestArc. Small, compact, portable. Plug this into your AC 110 power outlet, on and off switch, cooling fan. This is the other side. This is a latch to open up the top so you can insert your reel of flux core wire. Positive and negative inputs. You have an LCD dial over here where you can adjust the amount of amperage, and it's attached to your welding gun. In the other box is your reel for your flux core wire. Here's your stick welder attachment. Here's your ground wire clamp. Got a carrying strap in case you want to take this mobile. And of course you would power this with a portable generator. Comes with some consumables, which is a good touch. Your user manual and instructions. So we're going to install the flux core wire now. So we're going to lift this off. This opens up, and as you can see, it has a spool. Take the wing nut off the top. Make sure you have it all in order. Washer, spring, platform, or top of the spool. Over here, you loosen this. This comes up. So get your flux core wire. Cut off this tip because shipping had to bend it so that you don't lose your plate. Say it's this way because this enters this area better. And you slip it into here. The wire goes through. Close this. Put this back down. Tighten. Replace the spool top, spring, washer, and wing nut. So this is a gasless arc welder. You can also use gas. You can touch these things to select in between gasless and using gas. Here we have the arrows that show MIG gasless, which is what it's directed on. It shows 12.5 volts and 50 amps. Usually when I'm welding something that's quite thick in gauge steel, I like to use around 75 to 80. We'll put it on 75 and give her a whirl. We're gonna first try to do some MIG flux core. Turning on the switch in the back. Now that we have power, I'm gonna feed this. I can feel it coming out.
That's what she said.
There we go. There's the flux core wire fed through your gun. Or they call it a torch. Usually you cut this so you have about 1/4 inch sticking out. And now this is ready to use. To use this as a MIG flux core, you have to actually attach the ground clamp to the positive. Just for demonstration purposes, I've got these 2 pieces of scrap metal. These are all lawnmower parts. This is very, very thick. And this is about half as thick. But I'm gonna just show you how we're gonna weld these two pieces together like that. To get the best welds, they have to be clean. What does that mean? You gotta grind the paint off of them so that's bare metal to metal touching. That's where you're gonna get the cleanest welds. You don't have to, but your welds won't adhere as well as if you took the paint off first. So simply just get a grinder. That's good enough. We'll just put it like that. So we have a welding machine right over there. And here is where we're going to try to weld those pieces together. You take the ground clamp, and you can get another clamp to keep these two together, but I think this will do. We're just gonna put one bead right over it. You're gonna need a welding helmet so you don't go blind. After it's welded, you can bang off the slag, brush it a little bit. So this is my own brush and slag remover. They didn't give you any. So I would suggest that you put one of them in there because first-time users are gonna need it. They wouldn't know to go and buy one. What does this cost? Nothing. It's super cheap. Put one in. Like I said, I'm not a very good welder, but with this machine, that weld is not bad. One of my best, believe it or not. Let's try stick welding it. Select this, not TIG, but to MMA. I don't know what that means, but it's definitely gonna work because I've already used MIG, I didn't use TIG, and I know that stick welding is not TIG. So it's got to be MMA. We have to move these wires around a little. So if you want to do stick welding, you leave the negative clamp on the positive, right? And then they give you the stick welder holder where you would take an electrode. They don't provide the electrode. This is my own electrode. You just clamp the electrode onto here. You would plug the other end into the negative socket. Turn it. Now we should be able to stick weld. From the instructions, it also has a choice of gas as well, or lift TIG. Now they do not include the lift TIG torch. They didn't include it. So if you wanted the lift TIG, you'd have to go buy one of those things, plus the wires. So let's try to stick weld. Look at that. That's an ugly blob. But as you can see, with flux core welding, you can be more precise because the wire is very thin. You have a little bit more control on how big the welds are. With the stick welder, you stay in one place too long, you're gonna make a blob. But stick welding is beneficial to when you wanna just seal things really strongly without the worry of what it looks like. Be careful because it might still be hot or warm. There you go. We've welded these two pieces together, half of it using MIG flux core and the other half using stick welding, and it's very strong. You can see even the bottom. It penetrated even the bottom. You can tell that it's a very good weld. I actually like this machine a lot because I have 2 other machines, and this is very easy to use. It's very cosmetically appealing too. I like the teal green. So it's a good machine. I'm gonna use it for sure. It seemed much easier than the other 2 that I have. Bad things about it. If you want us to buy a machine like this that also supports lift TIG, even though I don't know how to use it, what if I wanted to try it? I'd have to go out and buy the lift TIG wire as well as the torch. You didn't include it. Also, you could have included the brush and help people out with a little bit of consumables, because you don't want to have to go out and buy all that stuff. That stuff's not very expensive. Just throw some samples in so that people can get started trying it without having to go out and buy it. You try it to make sure you like doing it, then you go out and buy your own. But you won't even allow us to try it because you didn't include it. That's my only gripe about it. Other than that, the functions are very easy to use. I didn't read the instructions, except I looked at the diagram of where you connect the wires. Since I looked at the diagram, look over here where it says how to set up for stick, right? Notice that there's a middle wire that sticks out. And you're supposed to coil it into this one if you're using the other options. Well, as you can see, there is no middle wire hole there. There is no middle cable that comes out to connect to that. So the instructions are essentially useless. So, really nice welder. I like it a lot. As a matter of fact, if anybody wants to buy my old ones, email me in the link below. But we welded these 2 pieces together. It's fantastic. Remember I told you that they said that the fan was on only if it gets hot or overheated? Fan's been on ever since I turned it on. Has not shut off before. So the fan's on all the time, as you can hear right now. So we did a couple of demonstrations with the stick welder, which I love to do. It's so much fun. As well as the MIG flux core with the torch. And feeding it, installing the reel. Very easy, very straightforward. And the clamp, the instructions were kind of confusing because, like I said, there is no middle cable that comes out. Even though the directions say connect the middle cable to that, whatever, if you're using the lift TIG, which also doesn't come with the torch. So those are the only things that are confusing, is like people, when they look at this and they go, oh, you forgot my TIG torch. And also, mine doesn't have a center hole for the wire. Also, what do I use to get rid of the slag? Because you don't include it, right? So those are the things that quality control needs to fix. But other than that, the unit itself, you saw, it welded MIG flux core really easily, you know, without gas. And also the stick welder worked fantastic too. It's small, compact, mobile. You can take it with you wherever you go. You just need a generator or a 110 AC power supply from somewhere. And you can weld your head off. You do need a welding helmet, like I said, or you'll go blind, but it's a fantastic machine. I really like it. Just work on your instructions and the included accessories. So this is the BestArc. BestArc. Pretty good name for a change. I'll leave a link in the description if you guys are interested, and we'll see you guys all next time on Mowers and Blowers.
See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. Later.